solve a question on binomial distribution. The question is, if the sum and product of mean and variance of a binomial distribution are 15 and 54 respectively, then the value of n is, options are being given. We need to find out the correct option. Okay, so first we need to know what exactly is being mean by the binomial distribution. Okay, we say a binomial distribution is actually a discrete probability distribution that describes the number of success in a fixed number of independent trials. Okay, so let me write it here. So it is a discrete what we call probability distribution. Okay, that describes the number of success or number of successes, what we denote by, or let's write it here, in fixed number of independent trials. Okay, now the parameters that are used in this binomial distribution, that are, let me write it here, parameters in the binomial distribution are in fact n, which denotes the number of what we call the number of success in each independent trial, and we have p denotes the probability of success in each trial. Okay, so n and p are the two parameters in the binomial distribution. And how do we write the binomial distribution? Let me write it here. So let us say probability px, okay, probability of x is equal to n cx p raised power x times 1 minus p whole raised power n minus x. Okay, what are meant by all these terms? I will not go into detail. I will explain the binomial distribution in further videos. So here this what we call n denotes the number of trials here. Okay, so it denotes the number of trials. Okay, and this ncx, what we call ncx, it in fact denotes the number of combinations of n trials taken x at a time. Okay, and ncx is in fact equal to what we write, n factorial upon x factorial times n minus x factorial. Okay, so given this stuff, and let me now rub this out to solve the question. And so we have the sum and product of mean and variance is equal to 15 and 54. So mean, if I write it here, mean, that is denoted by this symbol, it is equal to n times p, that is number of trials times the probability of success in each trial. This is the mean. And variance, which is being denoted by this symbol, it is equal to n times p times q. P denotes the probability of success and q denotes the probability of failure. Okay, we are being told that sum of mean and variance is 15. That means the sum of mean and variance is equal to 15. Also we are being told that the product of mean and variance, that is, and the product of mean and variance is equal to 54. Okay, so mean is being given by np, and let's write it here, that is np plus npq is equal to 15, and here we have np times npq, it is equal to 54. Okay, so let's take np common here. let's take np common. We are left with 1 plus q, which is equal to 15. So here we will get, let us square both sides. If I square both sides, we will get n square p square times 1 plus q whole square is equal to 15 15s are 225. And here let us solve it further. It becomes n square p square q is equal to 54. Okay, let us say this is equation first, this is equation second. Let us divide equation 1 by equation second. What will we get? Which implies n square p square times 1 plus q whole square, dividing it with n square p square q is equal to, here we have 225, here we have 54. Further solving, n square p square gets cancelled. We are left with 1 plus q whole square upon q is equal to, so 5 और 9, 5 गए 7 गए 9, both are divisible by 9. So 9 6 are 54, 9 2s are 18, so it becomes 9 5s are 45. So we will get 25 upon 6. Solving further, so cross multiplying, we will get 6 times 1 plus q whole square is equal to 25 times q, or we get 6, expanding this we get 1 plus q square plus 2q is equal to 25q. How simple thing, if we have a plus b whole square, it is equal to a square plus b square plus 2 times a into b. So in place of a we have 1, in place of b we have q. So this becomes a square is 1 square plus b is q square plus 2 from the formula, a is 1 and b is q. So this becomes this very stuff. Multiplying 6 to each of these terms, we get 6 plus 6q square plus 12q is equal to 25. Solving further, let's write it into the standard quadratic form. So we write the variable of exponent 2 first, that is we write 6q square, then, or let's further solve this to make it more easier. 6 plus 6q square plus 12q minus 25, here we have q is equal to 0. Let's write first 6q square, then we write 12q minus 25. So 25 minus 12 is 5 into the 3, we will get here 13. Okay, we get 13q plus 6 is equal to 0. Since this is a quadratic equation using the quadratic formula, so quadratic formula is, that is the value of q will be equal to minus b plus minus b square minus 4ac divided by twice a. In place of the coefficient of q square is a, the coefficient of q is minus 13, which is b, the coefficient of constant, rather the constant term is c. Using this formula, that is the value of q will be equal to minus b, that is minus the coefficient is here minus 13 plus minus b square means minus 13 square plus 4 times the value of a is 6, the constant term is 6, divided by 2 times 6, the value of a. Solving it, so q will be equal to minus into minus is plus, it becomes 13 plus minus 13, 13s are 169 minus 6 6 are 36, 36 into 4 this becomes 144 divided by 2 6 are 12. So it becomes 13 plus minus 116. Now let us see here, now is 5 shan is it becomes 25 divided by 12. Okay, so first we need to find out the value of q, then we can find out the value of p, and then we can find out the value of n. Okay, so we have this stuff here, and let me rub this out. So q is equal to either 13, so 25, or let's write it here, plus minus 25 is equal to 5. Okay, under root 25. It implies either the value of q is equal to 13 plus 5 upon 12 or 13 minus 5 upon 12. 13 plus 5 is equal to 17. So we get 17 upon 12 and 13 minus 5 is okay, what is 13 upon 5? It is 9 upon 12. Okay, 9 upon 12. Let me see if I have done it correctly or not. 13 minus 5, so we will get here 3. Now so it is actually 8 here. Okay, now 13 upon, sorry, this value of q we reject because the probability of failure or success cannot be greater than 0. Okay, simple. If q is equal to 17 upon 12, which is greater than 0, we reject this because the value of q should be less than 1, and the value of p, the value of probability of success, should also be less than 1, because the sum of probability of success and probability of failure, which is p plus q, it is equal to 1. Okay, so we cannot have the probability of success greater than 1, or the probability of failure cannot be greater than 1, because the sum of p and q is equal to 1. Q cannot be greater than 1, so we reject this value. That means q is equal to 4 2s are 8, 4 3s are 12. So we got the value of q is equal to 2 upon 3. Okay, now when we got the value of q is equal to 2 upon 3, we need to find out the value of p. So p will be equal to 1 minus q, which is equal to p is equal to 1 minus 2 upon 3, which comes out to be, which is equal to 3 minus 2, which is equal to 1 upon 3. So we got the value of p and q. We need to find out the value of n. Now let us plug. Why do we plug the value of, since we are being told that okay, n, let us plug here the value of n, sorry, the value of p. So we have n times the value of p is equal to 1 upon 3, plus we have n times the value of p is 1 upon 3 and the value of q is 2 upon 3, it is equal to 15. So this becomes, let's take n common, or let us not make it more difficult. So the value of q we got 2 upon 3, the value of p we got 1 upon 3. Okay, now let us plug the value of, okay, let us rewrite this first. Let us take np common. We are left with 1 plus q is equal to 15. Now let us plug the value of p. So we have n times the value of p is 1 upon 3 plus 1 plus the value of q is 2 upon 3 is equal to 15. So we get n times 1 upon 3 times 5 upon 3 is equal to 15, which gives us 5n upon 9 is equal to 15, which implies n will be equal to 15 into 9 upon 5. If I transpose it, becomes this stuff. 5 1s are 5 3s are 15. So n will be equal to 9 3s are 27. That means the number of trials, the value of n will be equal to 27. The option B will be correct.